Welcome back to San Antonio here on CBS. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the participants in our second national semifinal. Big 12 conference champion Kansas, making its third Final Four appearance in the last 7 years and 13th overall. Let's meet Coach Bill Self's Kansas Jayhawks.
Rock, chalk, rock, chalk.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk.
Don't worry, it's a Kansas thing. How did we get here?
Portland State.
UNLV. Villanova.
Davidson.
Wasn't easy, but now we're here. The Final Four.
We are
Kansas.
Starting tonight for the University of Kansas Jayhawks, at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, number 00, Darrell Arthur. At forward, a 6'8" senior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 32, Darnell Jackson. At guard, a 6'1" senior from New York, New York, number 3, Russell Robinson. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 15, Mario Chalmers. At guard, a 6'6" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 25, Brandon Rush. Head coach for the Kansas Jayhawks is Bill Self. ACC champion North Carolina back in the Final Four after winning the championship in 2005. Here are Coach Roy Williams, North Carolina Tar Heels.
Maybe you've heard of us.
Michael Jordan,
James Worthy, Dean Smith.
following a long line of tradition.
Now it's our time. How did we get here? Mount St. Mary,
Arkansas.
Washington State,
Louisville. It's been a long road, but it's paid off.
And now,
we're here.
Final Four. We are
North Carolina.
Starting tonight for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels, at forward, a 6'5" junior from Alexandria, Virginia, number 1, Marcus Ginyard. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Torrance, California, number 21, Dion Thompson. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, number 50, Tyler Hansbrough. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore from Clinton, Maryland, number 5, Ty Lawson. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, number 22, Wayne Ellington. Head coach for the North Carolina Tar Heels is Roy Williams. Kansas and North Carolina, and here we go. Chalmers grabs it for the Jayhawks.
Good steal of the tap by Arthur, beating Hansbrough to the ball.
And it's Arthur over Hansbrough for the opening 2.
Really critical for Arthur to get going offensively to force Hansbrough to work. Hansbrough is not a shot blocker, so you can go ahead and put your low post shots up.
This game, Billy, expected at breakneck speed, right?
I would imagine that. I'd be surprised this game's played under 80.
Ellington stopped for a minute. Here's Dion Thompson.
Good quick defense, good stepping out.
Lawson hands it over to Hansbrough. Spins on Arthur, puts up the shot and matches Arthur's basket at the other end.
Yeah, that is really not even a shot. It's a throw, and yet it's so soft. It's amazing how he does that.
It's like with his strength, his body, it's like he's able to create some sort of separation to get a shot that looks like it could be easily blocked, but he's pushed the defender away. This time over the top. They go right over Hansbrough for the basket.
Really like what Bill Self is doing. He's saying Hansbrough's a guy that puts up a lot of points offensively. Let's make him work on the defensive end of the floor. He's getting no help in the low post.
And it's Jackson who just converted at the other end, coming up with the ball at this end.
A change defensive assignment. Hansbrough goes out on Jackson. Puts Thompson down inside on Arthur.
Robinson's got a wide open three and knocks it down.
Really a key for Kansas to shoot well from the perimeter. When they do, they are so tough.
North Carolina already with its largest deficit of the tournament. They've run right through everyone by the widest margin on any run in its storied history to the Final Four. Lawson on the baseline, trying to wiggle free, and that is shut off.
Rush getting out on the break nicely.
Ginyard trying to draw the charge, no call. Rush jumper over everything. Ellington coming out with it for the Tar Heels.
He'd have been better to rotate that ball back outside.
Pull up shot, Ellington knocks it in for a 2, not a 3.
But Jim, you're ever going to see Ellington has size on Chalmers, and we've seen this in the tournament. Bigger guards shooting over smaller guards, even those that play pretty good defense. Saw that in the first game with Collison.
Over the top again. Arthur snags it and knocks it down.
Big to big. Really nice strategy by Bill Self. He's making the North Carolina big men have to guard somebody, and they're getting no help.
And good, quick passing. Hansbrough driving on Jackson. He banks it home.
Hansbrough getting a pretty long rest here in the first half with his team down.
Hansbrough now back off the bench and checking in.
Lawson hadn't been able to turn the corner on Collins or Robinson so far.
Stevenson pinned. Spins around, pivots pass, but it's blocked.
Who gets the loose ball? Kansas.
Collins goes underneath. Aldridge on the follow.
Right now, North Carolina, compared to what we've seen in the NCAA tournament, Jim, and Lawson takes a shot in the eye, they are really out of sync in regard to the team they have on the floor. Good drive to the inside. Nobody blocked it out. Aldridge comes down and puts it away.
Jackson commits the foul at the other end. Watch the freshman and Jackson both going in. Aldridge who got the hand on it.
So Stevens late getting there. Hansbrough back into the ball game, has not been able to get off track. Nice lob.
But it's blocked. It's kicked out by Arthur. Sent away.
Jim, I talked about the quick legs. It seems like Kansas getting every single loose ball.
Bouncing it in to Aldridge. 1 pass too many. Trying to work it back over to Arthur, and Carolina takes it away. Kansas has not trailed in this game. They've got their biggest lead here at 9.
See Ellington coming back in the ball game. Roy Williams looks like he's wanting to get that starting lineup back on the floor.
Robinson commits his first. So after all the rotation, Carolina back out there with its first 5.
Getting no free looks from the outside at all. North Carolina, another good quick.
Chalmers wasn't looking, but they still have it. There's another quick move by Collins.
Isn't it amazing, Jim, what quick legs will do? Kansas get all the loose balls.
Another one. That's Chalmers. Banks it in.
Roy Williams doesn't want to call a timeout. He wants his team to push it up the floor, but they're pushing up the floor against somebody that's quicker.
Next whistle will bring the automatic free timeout. All 5 Kansas starters have scored. They're on an 8-0 run, and they're looking for another theft. Ellington bounced it over to Lawson. That was some heads-up play.
Terrific defense so far by Kansas.
And again, that one's kicked. It'll be Carolina ball out of the break, so they were able to save a timeout. North Carolina with the under 12 timeout. Kansas shooting 71%. A blitz of a start. 8 consecutive empty trips down the floor for North Carolina. Will it end here?
You have the freshman on Hansbrough. See if they can get him the ball in the low post by calming down a little bit.
Graves trying to come in and deliver off the rim. Again, Aldrich giving them a spark off the bench. Everybody from Kansas playing well.
But if you're North Carolina, you don't want to bring Graves into the game, and then all of a sudden he's going to try to play one-on-one, and there's Hansbrough picking up the cheap foul.
Aldrich.
Yep.
And Hansbrough able to force it and act it out.
And that's just a freshman learning what he can and cannot do. Hansbrough, a seasoned veteran, picking up a cheap one. North Carolina really with not much of shooting power out on the wings right now.
North Carolina scoreless for the last 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
How about the overplays by Kansas?
Every shot, every pass contested.
Yep.
Lawson. Hansbrough.
Nothing easy.
Blocked, but a hack. And it's on Chalmers, his second.
And how about the way they're distributing some of these fouls around, Jim, and the fact that they've got 4 big men to play with 20 fouls out there, but here the guards even helping out inside.
Hansbrough already been at the line tonight and hit a couple, now adds a third. That breaks the 18-0 run with that free throw.
That Eastern Regional Most Valuable Player. The Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year. You'd have to probably say consensus National Player of the Year, but he's looking at a swarming defense on him here tonight.
Got so many different National Player of the Year awards out there. He's already collected 7 pieces of hardware, and I know there's more on the way. Hansbrough with 8 of the 12 points for the Tar Heels.
Pretty nice defense by Lawson. Doesn't let Collins turn the corner.
Robinson with the 3. Tipped up by Aldrich.
Oh, he is so active in there.
Wow. Basket. Taken away.
Well, worth the gamble, though, if you're Collins. He's got a lot of strength. He goes inside. No question, body contact there. They're waiting on him. Here's Graves, a man that likes to shoot from outside, but he's come in the game. Tried 3 individual plays, so you're trying to come back with guys off the bench. Probably not good strategy for North Carolina.
They've missed their last 8 shots. Under 8 to go in the first half. Total domination so far. Arthur too strong, but a follow-up by Rush.
Jim, the national championship on the college level is not the best of 3 series. It's one and done, and North Carolina right now is facing that early in this ball game.
Rush way outside 3. Of course. Of course.
This game is over.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Wow. With 7.5 to go in the first half, Kansas pummeling North Carolina.
You know, one thing Kansas has gotten away from, and I think that it's something that they better go back to, and that is getting the ball down inside of their big men. There it is.
Arthur pinched, short with the shot. Green.
Beautiful
Bounce.
pass, but again to the wrong man.
Bounce pass
Stevenson
almost
does not have good hands.
Almost went in. It actually ricocheted off the backboard. Thomas pull-up jumper. That's nothing but short.
Nobody else down. I can't believe Robinson took that shot. It was 5-on-1, North Carolina's favor. Kansas not taking advantage of this nice lead they've got.
Well, that's 10 unanswered now by North Carolina.
That was not a smart play by Robinson.
Under a minute to go in the half.
Kansas's decision-making here is really not good. Bill Self has got to, in effect, calm his team down.
Danny Green with another 3. Got about a 12-second differential on the clock.
And you know what's interesting, Jim? The Kansas players are tired. That energy that they had at the beginning of the game has worn them down.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they expended so much.
Look at Robinson out here. He's tired. Chalmers over on the other side, bending over, holding his knees. Aldrich doing likewise inside. That has to give some life to North Carolina.
Almost a turnover, and it is. It's Green. Laying it in again. North Carolina trying to work back into this thing.
Oh,
They had it at the 15.
I believe he was over the line.
Chalmers was in the air, but he got it away, I think, in time. And that's not going to go against Hansbrough this time.
Probably only because Collins' quickness. Hansbrough was right there.
Ginyard back on the floor. That's the first on Hansbrough.
Well, Jim, you remember that Maryland-Duke game, and I would say that as opposed to this one, I thought Maryland was still playing solid basketball, and Duke just played great basketball. Right now, Kansas has letting this game get away from them.
I also remember another major switch in momentum was out in Seattle in '89 with Seton Hall and Duke.
Yep.
Complete reversal. Right before the half. The shot's up, and it counts. Sharon Collins.
That was a huge basket for Kansas.
Gives him the 17-point bulge.
I'm going to warn that right now, if you're a Kansas team, you go in there at halftime, you know that Bill Self has to say, hey, probably the most important 3 minutes of the season is going to happen right now. Because you have to show again that you can regain control of this ball game. They were really tired at the end of the first half.
Oh, there you go. What a perfectly executed play. Backdoor, they go to Jones.
You want to go into the locker room and look on the blackboard? That was the play.
North Carolina had one big sizable comeback this year, 14 down at the half against Boston College. But this is Kansas. Now it's 19.
Boy, that was a great set play, wasn't it? There comes that weak side help again. Hands for a walk.
No
got
call.
away with it. Yeah,
definitely traveled.
Looked like the referees were looking for the upper body. Kansas let the game get away from them about the last 4 minutes of the first half, taking some bad shots. And
I think they ran out of gas, Billy.
I think you're right. I think they just wore down a little bit and made some mental misjudgments.
Arthur from the outside.
Nice soft shots been hitting in the first half, but that put him back about 2 or 3 feet further than he'd like to shoot that shot.
And North Carolina is going to turn it right over with a backcourt violation.
It was the first time North Carolina tried to do that in this ball game, a half-court trap. Gave Rush a wide-open shot. Normally he'll bury that.
Green, he buries it.
As I said, he's the kind of guy who can come off the bench and be a star.
Chipping away. It's now 14. They've gotten halfway there. Hansbrough thought about launching it. That's Ellington. 2-point shot, and it's down to 10.
Well, I said before the 10-minute mark, it looks like they're going to get there even before that. And you can see that this Kansas team right now is starting to worry. North Carolina dropping back.
Rush way short, but it comes back to him. Gets it out on the floor, Carolina.
Now North Carolina's getting the loose balls, unlike the first half.
Oh, would this be big? Ellington.
Pretty good block out that time. Stevenson not able to get to the ball.
Had a chance to trim it to 7. Robinson kicks it back over Rush. Short with his last 2.
And again, North Carolina getting the loose balls. No place for Thomas to go.
But Collins spins away after making the steal. Driving in. Rejected by Green. And a charge call on Kansas and Collins.
Jim, have you ever seen a team that played so well, making so many mental mistakes as Kansas is right now? That is a 1 against 4 by Collins. No place to go. Bill Self talking to him right now on the other side. They are not giving any credence whatsoever of how important possession of the ball is.
You said Carolina must get it into single digits. Here's their chance. We still have 13 minutes to go in the game.
And Lawson back in the game fresh now. Robinson, Green, this is a nice matchup here.
Green snaps it over. Thompson. Quick hands, almost a theft by Robinson. Green, blocked. Ellington, no, it's Arthur who gets it over to Rush. Robinson from the wing. Green taps it out. They got a 3-on-2. He's going to challenge Arthur, and it's a charge call against Danny Green.
Both teams not making good judgments when they've got an advantage on the break.
Second foul on Green. They've had a couple of chances down the floor.
Absolutely. There's no place to go right there if you're Danny Green. It was the same as Collins on the other end of the floor. Mental mistakes.
Green out. Ginyard in.
You see Rush down in the corner practicing his jump shot, Jim, without a ball in his hand, knowing that he wasn't shooting with a nice aggressive stroke the last 2 jumpers.
Kansas has missed its last 7 attempts from 3. They're starting to look very tight. Stolen. Ellington spinning away. Ellington fade away, under 10.
Good pull-up. Bill Self is going to ask for a timeout. His team now is as out of sync as North Carolina was in the first half. When's the last time we saw them go high-low and get the ball down in the low post as they started the game so effectively? Everything has been ball on the floor, jump shots.
No basket made in 4.5 minutes. Ellington on the chase. He has the steal. He has Lawson. Blocked by Rush. Hansbrough up and in and one.
Well, we've seen some comebacks, Jim, but I'll have to be honest, I have never seen anything like this.
There's his father. This would be the mother of all comebacks.
Well, and the reason is because of the way the teams dominated in the first half, like Kansas. North Carolina had no legs. They got to no loose balls, and now it's just the opposite here in the second half.
Hansbrough can bring it to 5. Oh, and a rare miss.
Again, if you're Kansas, I think you got to go to the high-low game again and get your big guys involved in the offense.
A 12-0 run by the Tar Heels. That's going against Lawson.
Look at the set now that North Carolina is being able to operate just the way they want to.
Backdoor, Chalmers slipped, and Ellington took advantage.
This is North Carolina basketball we're seeing now, not the team we saw at the beginning.
Ellington, if he didn't block it so forcefully, he could have tapped it over to Lawson. It'll be Kansas ball.
And what we see similar to what happened in the first game tonight, like UCLA trying to go 1-on-1 with every play. North Carolina, on the other hand, gotten back to their half-court offense.
And North Carolina has scored the last 14 in this game.
I could be picked off. Roy Williams doing a nice job going from his man-to-man to those half-court traps.
Will step up for Kansas and get him out of this. Will it be Jackson? Jumper, no. Tipped up, Rush. Squeezes it in.
He hadn't been able to make the jump shot, so does a good job rebounding. As a freshman, first freshman ever in Kansas history to lead him in scoring and rebounding. Showed you his rebounding potential right there.
Breaks a 6-minute drought. Lawson wildly lost control of it going up, and it's Rush again.
Probably should have picked up and taken the little jump shot inside.
Kansas trying to regain his composure.
But they are looking inside more now, Jim.
Over the top, Jackson's right there.
There it is.
From 4 to 8. Ellington guns it. Chases it down. Great hustle to save it for Carolina. Under 10 minutes to play. Lawson pulls it up. No. Hansbrough tip. Arthur clear. Kansas now with a little flurry.
They didn't have numbers and wisely pull it back out. Let's see if they go back into the inside again. Khan going to come in, who hasn't been effective here in this ball game.
Taken out early with a couple of fouls. Chalmers, he wants it, fires it, no.
That was some rebound.
Boy, he took out Jackson. Ellington on the wing. This is his shot. He hits it.
Terrific pull-up by Ellington. Isn't it amazing how much more positive the North Carolina players look right now than the Kansas players? I've never been involved with a game that turned this rapidly and emotionally looking at the faces of the players. Kansas smiling in that first half, confident, quick. Just the opposite in the second.
Yeah, concern written all over him now. Collins with 4 on the shot clock. Arthur with 1 on the shot clock. Not going to get it away.
Collins thinking about that lob again, maybe?
Three-pointer instead. Sharon Collins hit the shot before the end of the first half. It's a big three on that one.
But both of these teams have a guy coming off the bench who can star. Sharon Collins and Danny Green.
Ellington, another wild shot. He threw that one up from his hip.
Well, give North Carolina a lot of credit in this particular case. They did not throw in the towel. I thought this game was over long ago in the first half.
Rush. Beautiful move.
Thompson not helping out defensively. Ellington will take that jumper.
Going back to Kansas. A quick trip for Carolina that time. Jayhawks back up to 10.
Now in a position to use some clock.
Kick it corner. Rush. Rattles out. Tipped out Kansas.
Is Collins getting every loose ball now?
For the last minute he has. Jackson.
Roy Williams needs a timeout here. His team's letting it get away from him. He's still got time, but he can't let this game keep rolling on. Jackson with 10-8 in this half. They call on Danny Green and Thomas to come on the next whistle. Hansbrough shot, tough one. Well defended, back to Hansbrough. Travel, back to Kansas. Collins is the one with the ball in his hand. So many times that's been the case tonight. Absolutely, particularly in this third period, as we're calling it. They will have to give that ball up. Kansas able to answer the huge challenge after they'd seen almost all of it given up. That big lead. Robinson on the inside. Boy, any gamble whatsoever by North Carolina goes right to a layup for Kansas. Danny Green. Ellington. Back out Lawson. Final 20 seconds. He's got a three. That's about the first jump shot I remember him taking all night. Timeout called by North Carolina. To think Bill Self had won one game in this building before, Billy. He had won here at the Alamo Dome. He beat Kansas, of all teams, when he was the coach at Illinois in a Sweet 16 game. And now he's going to take Kansas in this building to the championship game on Monday night. Of course, we remember Kansas getting to a national championship final with Syracuse not too long ago. You know, we're going to have two coaches on Monday night who really got their break in coaching as just really being like a gopher assistant coach, a volunteer assistant in Lawrence, Kansas. With Larry Brown? With Larry Brown. How about that? And still are close with him to this day. Well, in Perry's case, he really started with Owens at first, but ended up there with Larry Brown. Bill Self said he just showed up for work. Said you promised to hire me. I haven't heard from you since, so I'm here to work. Had a pretty fair career, hasn't he? I'm telling you, and it can get even better. Monday night, Kansas and Memphis will duel for the title. The Jayhawks withstand the storm and take it to the Tar Heels, 84-66. Coach Bill Self in Kansas, congratulations. I said, how was it waiting around all day to play in the second game? And, well, how did you spend your afternoon? They won't believe this.
I slept.
You slept
off? I haven't slept in a week, so it's a good time to get caught up today.
You know, Billy and I were saying this was like 3 different games. Just remarkable start by your team. Carolina's great comeback, and then you guys with another big burst at the end.
Well, we played great early. I mean, it was as good as we can play, and we were fortunate they missed some shots, but we really guarded them. And then we went brain dead from about the 3-minute mark of the first half to about the 10-minute mark of the second half, and then we finished so strong late.
You're playing for the national championship on Monday night. What does that sound like?
Sounds pretty good. Sounds real good.
Come on in here. Brandon Rush. Brandon, a terrific ball game. I saw you during a period of time down in the deep corner shooting the ball like an imaginary jump shots, and all of a sudden that shot got away from you?
It did tonight. It came up a little short, but I still managed to get to the hole and get some easy baskets.
How about those lobs that you guys started to go back inside with, Bill? Is that something you designed, or you realize you got away from the inside game?
Well, we did. We made shots early, and so when we started missing shots, guys kept shooting them, though. So we had to get the ball back in tight, and we did. We had some great finishes around the rim.
If I go to the locker room, will I find that play you designed in the start of the second half still on the board?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Hey, Billy, I got Sharon Collins over here. Hit a big shot right before halftime and was all over the floor tonight. How does this feel for you and your teammates?
I feel good. we know we got another step to take on Monday night. We're going to play against a good Memphis team, but tonight we just came out and tried to play hard, and I think we did that.
And these guards from Memphis have had a spectacular tournament too. What about that matchup?
It's going to be a great matchup. They play fast, we play fast, play aggressive. It's going to be a good game.
Congratulations, guys. Kansas, Monday night for the national championship.